kind of what you saw today in both games.
Yeah, I was really pleased with what I saw in both games. I thought it was a really complete day. I thought we played really well from the first pitch to the last pitch, and really pleased overall.
Yeah, we're seeing this defense really. I mean, we knew the defense would be good this year, but it just seems like pitchers are able to pitch so more freely. And we saw that with Peyton today, getting into maybe a few jams, but getting right out of it kind of behind the defense. How, what are you seeing there from the defense, its ability to maybe just relieve your pitchers a little bit of any, tension there might be?
Yeah, I think that there's just so much confidence that comes in the circle when you know the defenders behind you and how solid they are throughout. And so I know I say this a lot, but there's a lot of confidence that comes from our offense producing the way they do, our pitchers pitching the way they do, our defenders doing their jobs. And so when you have as good a defense behind you, you just get to trust your stuff, and not think that you have to do too much with your pitches. And I was proud of Peyton today. I thought she had some really good spins today. I thought that she had just some really unlucky contacts today, and that's part of the game. I mean, I felt like they strung some hits, and none of them were tagged. They just hit right where we weren't. And so I just was proud of her for staying the course. But yeah, our defense is making huge plays. Our pitchers are trusting their stuff and their defense, and just playing off each other really well.
Yeah, speaking of, y'all were tagging some balls in the first game early that, they were kind of in the right spot, but it kind of, felt like the intent was there maybe all along. Is that accurate that you kind of felt like from the start the at-bats were really with some intent?
Yeah, I felt like we could really, I mean, could really feel us throughout the day. We talked to the team as good as the day was. No matter what, there's still going to be outs made, and we just have to have the right mindset with that. And even just to make a statement with our outs, and I thought we did that today too. So yeah, I think we're dialed. I think we're just plugged in, locked in, and really trusting our prep, and it's working.
Yeah, KD had I think 5 for 5, 6 RBI today, just a perfect day at the plate. What do you think she's like? I mean, missing a whole fall, that's got to be really hard. How has she been able to do this? Like, uh, what have you seen?
Well, we talked about it with this fall of she made the most of her situation, and she just embraced it. She observed, she gained so much perspective from being out, and just really worked um just different connections with teammates, and just kind of seeing their experiences, even though she couldn't be out there. And when she got the green light to go, I'm not, I mean, she didn't take a day off over the break. And I think that was the question, is like, okay, is she going to feel like she has to catch up, or is she just going to let it come back to her? And she just grinded and grinded. And she's just so sure of herself right now. So I think the gain perspective from being out this fall, and just that grind and the confidence, and just like also knowing like, hey, I'm going to leave it all out there. It's my senior year. And I don't know. It's just really fun to watch, because she means so much to this team. She does everything right. She is just so confident. This is I think the most confident version of Katie that we've had, and she just deserves it. So it's just really fun to see all her hard work pay off.
I'll turn it over to Evan.
Yeah, coach, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet. We talk a lot about, depth 1 to 9. It feels like everybody's been contributing every day on offense. What does it say about this team that you are getting contributions throughout the board from every single person, and even, some of the players who don't make starts every single game?
Yeah, I mean, it says a ton. I think when you could put as much pressure as we do throughout our lineup, it can be suffocating for another team. There's no let up throughout the lineup, but also there's no pressure on one person to get it done, because everyone's producing at such a high level, and you just have so much confidence in everyone around you. It's a very freeing feeling, and when you can step in the box and just you know, you don't have the weight of the world on you. You just know that you're gonna see it big. You're gonna have a really good at bat, and if it goes your way, great. And if not, then someone's gonna pick you up and have your back next. And I think there's just a confidence that comes from that, and they just are fueling off each other. It's just fun. It's fun to watch. I don't know. There aren't really words to it. They just like are passing the bat really well. They're picking each other up really well, and just having such a good mindset with it.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll hop back in real quick. Cam had a great, outing in the first game. From your perspective, what was she doing so well out there?
Really trusting her stuff. Really trusting her stuff. I was really happy for her. Just how she commanded the zone. And these teams this weekend, they just swing it. They all kind of almost have a similar offense where they just like swing really big, really aggressively, and sometimes that's really difficult to pitch into because you know, like they go for it. So if they hit it, they're going to hit it big. And just trusting her stuff and not thinking she needs to do more or be more. And she trusted her defense. So all her stuff was working today, and she was using it really well off of each other.
And I know you said, Peyton has had some illness that's made it maybe a longer runway ramping up into getting into the season. But what did you think of her outing today?
I thought she did really well. I think we're going to continue to see Peyton be better every time she takes the field. I thought she had a really good just mindset. We're all competitors, right? And any pitch that goes out there, they don't want to give up any runs. They don't want to give up any of those things. And I think that she had some good stuff today. I thought she got a lot of mishit balls that just were in no man's land. And sometimes that can frustrate you and make you think that you have to do so much more. And I just thought she stayed the course really well, and just had a good perspective of it. Like she came off that inning and she's like, "You've got to be kidding me." Like, what, that's just like so unlucky. And sometimes that's the name of it. That's the game sometimes, just sometimes it's just unlucky, and you make really great pitches and they get just enough to hit it in nowhere, and there was a string of that. And so I just appreciated her perspective. I appreciated she stayed the course, and she's just letting the game come back to her and trusting her stuff. So, like I said at the beginning, I think we're going to see a stronger, better version every time she takes the field. She's just feeling better and better and getting her strength back.
Yeah, it's on the first inning specifically, I think they had maybe second and third with one out, and then the defense comes up with, a back-to-back plays to get out of the inning, and then really carried the momentum at the plate. What do you think it says about a team whenever they're able to take that defensive energy and keep the momentum riding?
Well, I think it says a lot. I don't know, like I think that they take a lot of pride in well, everything they do. And so when you're in that situation and they have second and third, and you make some big pitches and you make some big plays to get out of it, and you feel like kind of escape a jam, you work yourself out of a jam, it just gives your momentum to your dugout. And I don't know that we really need a lot of momentum right now. I think we're feeling really good offensively, but that's just something that just kind of fuels you and gets you in there, and you're just like, all right, let's go. And so yeah, I think they're just like feeding off each other really well on both sides of the ball. And I don't know. It's fun to watch right now.
One more, Ethan.
Yeah, obviously it was colder last weekend. Now it's getting warmer. A lot of fans out here. Just how much are y'all feeding off them?
Well, it's always big. I think as each day goes and the warmer weather's out, and we got SEC part of the season coming up, I think it's just going to continue to fill up. And it's just fun. It's fun. They're so close to you. They have such a great energy. We were in bases loaded a lot today, so it's always fun to see, the loaded hats and really getting into it. And there's just nothing like Bogle, so it was pretty awesome.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Appreciate
cool.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
You
I think it's just a lot of support for my team, and I just have a great community around me that's really been supporting me. And coaches are great and they're letting us work as hard as we want, which is awesome. So just a lot of extra work and a lot of extra time has been put in.
Yeah, Carly, you mentioned it, I think the last time we spoke to you, how good of a hitter Brinley was. Do you know what's it like as a senior seeing her come along and do this? Like, is it wowing you out there?
It really is. Like, she's just, like, so professional in the box. I think, like, she just every single time the ball is pitched to her, I'm like, "Okay, she's gonna hit it off the wall or over the fence." So, she's just really composed up there. I feel like that's something that I've learned that, like, she could, swing through a pitch, but she knows the next pitch she's gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah, Carly, for you, just a great day at the play. I think 5 for 5, 6 RBI. What does it mean to you to have these type of games and stuff, just considering everything you went through to even get back on the field in the fall?
I mean, yeah, it's great to have the success. I think um it's just fun to be playing softball, and I think that's the kind of perspective I got in the fall. It's just this game is such a gift from the Lord, and so I'm just trying to play free, and he's really allowed me to do that. So I don't know, I'm just having a lot of fun, and so the hits are really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, will you walk me through the walk-off home run? What were you sitting on and how did it feel, to get greeted at home plate knowing that you just, ended the game?
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think she was mixing like drop balls and change ups, and I kind of fouled one off. I was early, and the game plan was just to like not let the change up fool you with 2 strikes. And so I was just thinking like right center gap, just get it in the air because she was throwing it down, and it went over. So it was great, and it was fun to have my teammates right there.
Yeah, Burnley, Carly's wearing that C on her jersey as a captain. What have you learned from her, just being the veteran leader on the team?
I think she is an amazing leader along with our other two captains, and just like being able to see them like hold themselves at such a high standard has been amazing, and trying to like follow in their footsteps. And it's just amazing to have such good role models on the team.
Yeah, for both of you, just, you have such a good, first game and you got to turn around and play a good Charlotte team in the second. What do y'all do between the games? Like, how do you stay locked in to make sure that there really was no drop off?
Yeah, well, we watched some film just in between because obviously we play, is it 4 different teams this weekend? So, I mean, we're seeing a lot of pitchers. So I think it was important for us to be like, okay, game one, good job, but let's focus in on who we're gonna face next. And we faced a similar pitcher to the girl we saw last against Boise State. So it was kind of an easy transition.
Yeah, Burnley, didn't ask you about your home run yesterday. How did it feel to get your first Bogle bomb?
It was amazing. It was such a blessing.
Yeah, what is it meant to, I know last weekend, obviously y'all were at home, but this is the first weekend, just like really great weather and a lot of fans out here. How's it feeling to play in front of these fans and put on kind of the show that y'all are?
I think it's really, really special. I've obviously never been in front of a crowd that big. So there's some nerves that come with it, but I mean, it's just amazing, and you can really feel the energy from the fans. So it's been amazing.
And then I'll end on this, just obviously, Charlotte in the first inning kind of created some havoc, got the Peyton into a jam, and then y'all came through just as the defense to get her out of it. How much do you think that like doing that helps fuel what y'all did at the plate right after that, letting kind of that defensive energy turn into what y'all did offensively?
Yeah, for sure. It was great to kind of have Peyton's back that first inning. And as an offense, we really want to try to win every inning, especially the first inning. So it was great. P put up a 0 on the board, and so we were able to score first. But yeah, we used that momentum. It was a big momentum shift going into the bottom of the first.
Sweet. I see Evan on here twice, so hopefully one of them is there.
Yeah, one of me's here. Sorry, we're screen recording on another one. Don't yell at me, Hunter. Anyway, not important. Carly free. Oh, I think I just froze.
We can hear you.
No, you can hear me? Okay, I couldn't tell. Carly, for you being a returner coming back for this season, having so many returners on the field, what's kind of that been like with the team camaraderie of getting, some of the young freshmen up to speed, as well as, kind of having a chip on your shoulder from last year?
Yeah, for sure. I felt like we have a really good core. And so the freshmen and the transfers fit in super well because we had that core from last year. So yeah, it's been really fun to kind of build on what we did last year, and obviously we want more.
I think this is 12th run rule win of the season for you guys earlier tonight. What does it mean that this team is just consistently beating teams down pretty bad, it seems like?
Yeah, I mean, as an offense, we don't want to show any mercy. So I think that's something we've been working on. Once we get a lead, we want to continue to build on that. And so I think it's just like a testament to the strength of the lineup that 1 through 9, like anyone can produce at any time. So it feels really good because even when we win those close games, we know that there's more on the table. So it's good just to know that we're producing as an offense.
Awesome. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
That it? All right. Thank you, guys. We'll have Coach on here shortly.